Welcome, Sojourners, to the Women's Leadership Mindset series presented by Teresa K. Page, LLC. My name is Teresa Page. I am your host and looking forward to spending these next few moments with all of you. We have a lot of work to get done on today, but first, allow me to invite you to connect with me by subscribing to my website and YouTube channel. Connect and follow me on LinkedIn, and always feel free to contact me directly via email at teresakpagellc@outlook.com. So what is our goal? Well, as an author, speaker, coach, and mentor, my mission is to help professional women renew their leadership mindset with fresh fire and purpose through the mediums of leadership development and coaching services. However, the Women's Leadership Mindset series is a new initiative intended to spotlight powerful women leaders and how they serve the world through their professions and purpose. So with the goal to help women realize their unfulfilled dreams and re-energize the leaders they always were. This platform is designed to enhance, empower, educate, equalize, and even emancipate, as our special guests share their entrepreneurial stories, provide valuable resources, and guidance in a caring, professional, and impactful manner. So, let's get down to business. All right, in today's video, it is my pleasure to welcome to my virtual stage Shilpi Shah, Brand Ambassador of Fuzia of Gujarat, India, representing the Global Advisory Council of G100's Media Arts and Communications Wing. Shilpi is a dynamic professional, passionate about networking with creative leaders who advocate giving back to society. Over the past 8 years, she has been an ambassador for Fuzia, championing the global digital empowerment of women solopreneurs and entrepreneurs. A geologist with PR and digital marketing skills and an MBA from IIM Calcutta, she specializes in business relationship management, influencer endorsements, sponsorships, brand awareness, and collaborations. Beyond her dedication to fostering growth and empowerment, Shilpi is also the founder of Live Wabi Sabi Life Blog, where she shares insights on celebrating the imperfect, incomplete, and impermanent things in life. In addition to this, Shilpi is a self-love advocate and healer, offering guidance on being unapologetically yourself to people of all genders and ages. So to contact Shilpi, you can reach her on actually two websites, which is www.fusatalent.com or on her direct website, livewabisabi.com. You can also connect with her on Instagram at Shilpi Gupta Shah, as well as on LinkedIn with Shilpi-Gupta-Shah. So we'll bring this information back to you along with Shilpi's free gift before we go. But first, I just want to say welcome, Shilpi. How are you on today?
I am doing good, Teresa, and I am grateful and feeling humbled to be here with you. Thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm so excited to have you and excited about this conversation. I first just want to give a shout out to Sarah Dawkins. She is a holistic coach that made this connection, that made this referral. So shout out to Sarah. She's always a wonderful connector, wonderful woman. So I'm glad we had the opportunity to connect in this fashion. So I'm really excited about our conversation on today and to learn about you and how you serve the world and the community that you serve. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this conversation. So at first, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you so much, Teresa. And since this is a women's leadership mindset series. So let's start with my journey, how I started, and what initiated me to be to become of service to community, and to be into a position where I could have a leadership mindset. So, no, let me share with you some cues about my story. I mean, in hope that everyone, who is listening or who will be listening later on will gain, some profound insights into the resilience, adaptability, and, determination required to navigate life's twists and turns. And also embracing imperfections and celebrating the beauty of the journey. So, as we all know that, everyone's journey moves at its own pace, and life always doesn't follow a straight path. For some, things fall into place neatly, like they finish their studies, they land a great job, find love, start a family and grow personally and professionally. But someone like me, life through a kind of different path. So I began my journey, with love entering into my life during my teens. And soon after, I got married and became a mother. So before even I thought of, starting my career. So, yeah, this is the thing. But despite that, I managed to complete my master's degree in geology and started working as a research geologist. So I started my career as a geologist, and very soon, I received an invitation to join the Indian Institute of Geomagnetism, Mumbai, as a senior scientist. But once again, life has, some kind of twists and turns, lined up for me. So I had to decline the offer, and I have to, drop down my dream of becoming a professor in geology because of my newborn. So yeah, I dropped my dream. Instead, I took a degree in B.Ed and joined a, nearby school in order to spend some time with him. So there was this switch in my career from being a geologist to a teacher. So when I say, that I am a geologist with PR and marketing skills. So this was the foundation of my education, which turned me into geologist and then again into a teacher. And, as I moved ahead in my journey and, I was, since I had a baby, so I was trying to, find some remote working opportunities. And then, someday somehow Fuzia landed over there. So I was just scrolling through Instagram and I saw this Fuzia, and there was this opportunity, and I and I didn't thought before applying. I just applied it. So from being a geologist to being a teacher, and then landing into a job, landing into a startup, basically. A startup where, where they, since it was a startup, so we had to do, so many things over there. You have to start with marketing, you have to do PR, you have to, get influencer endorsements, you have to, bring in the funds, and you have to be into sponsorships as well. So from there, my career trajectory once again changed, and I landed into, a startup where, marketing was the thing for me, and I became the PR person for the company. And today, I am helping, so many women or men out there in order to, like bringing in their stories, into different platforms. It's not just only Fuzia. There are many other platforms where I, provide kind of assistance to people so that their stories may get published and they can, as I say, it's giving back to the society. So somehow, if just as we are connected, we are sharing each other's dreams, each other's story. So it's the kind of thing we are, I guess, lighting the torch and then handing it over to, generations or people or women in need. So just as Sarah gave this torch to you, you are, giving it to me, then I am supposed to give it to someone another. So this is the thing which, which motivates me, which makes me feel worth of the work which I am doing. So currently I am also, engaged with G100 Media Arts and Communication Wing, where we are, working for women empowerment, diversity, inclusion, and we have our presence in 100 countries. We have 100 different sectors 100 different issues, and 100 different countries, 100 different leaders. I mean, in each country we have 100 leaders. So yeah, so it's all about giving back to the society, and I am trying to do more and more, to bring out the stories of people and to bring out in front of the, audience, though virtually, but at least, trying to give back to the society in my own way.
Well, that's awesome, Shilpi. I love that kind of the way your journey and how you kind of evolved from being a geologist to an educator and now in the PR space and all of that. Do you feel that the space that your journey was more so about finding what your purpose was? Do you feel like that you're sitting in your purpose with what you're doing now with PR and what you do with the G100 as well as
Yes,
Fusion?
yes, I definitely feel that, I am serving the purpose in a way, because I have been learning all through my journey, and all my learnings I have put up into my my own website, which is called Live Wabi Sabi Life. So there I am, sharing about, celebrating our imperfections, our incompleteness, and we all know that things aren't temporary. Things are, nothing is permanent in life. Everything is, temporary. And once we I guess practice this detached, attachment, then only we get to live the higher purpose. So yeah, I am trying to, give back to the society in terms of PR and marketing, and like sales as well. But yes, I am trying to, spread awareness around living a Wabi Sabi life through my blog. And I am sharing so content on celebrating your imperfections. I also have a newsletter at LinkedIn where I am sharing, about things about growth mindset, then love and imperfection, then how to celebrate joy with imperfections. So I am sharing a lot of content over there, so that whosoever, visits the website, they may get an idea of celebrating their imperfections.
Wonderful. I like that the way that you are celebrating imperfections. You know, I recently saw a movie. It was called A Wrinkle in Time. I don't know if you had a chance to see that. I believe it was a Disney movie, but one of the main characters, she was going this journey, basically trying to find her father, who was a scientist that got lost in time and space. But one of the wonderful things is that they bumped into these characters or these individuals that was supposed to help her on her journey. And there was a particular place where the young woman had to go, but the helpers, or I think they called them the misses, one of them gave her a gift to help her on her journey. And the gift that she gave her wasn't something that you would normally find exciting, but she said, I give you the gift of your faults. And that was supposed to help her. And she was like, what do you mean? That's why I'm having such trouble in my life now. She said, is it? Do what you perceive about your faults, is that really is it more so a weakness, or is it really a unperceived strength? So do you believe, based on your work that you do with Wabi Sabi, that you do focus in on our imperfections, do you believe that we have maybe misinterpreted our imperfections? And how can we turn our imperfections to actually be a strength or a skill set that will actually work for us?
Yes, yes. So thank you for asking this, Teresa. It's a great question. And I mean, when I say celebrating imperfections, it doesn't literally means that you just have to keep celebrating. You have to work on it. I mean, in order to celebrate imperfections, also you have to work on it, and you have to change your mindset. And the one thing which I experienced during my journey is, as I told you in the beginning, that I started my career as a geologist. Then I switched on to being a teacher. Then I switched on to being a PR person, then into a digital marketing person. And then my desire to upskill and learn and grow led me to pursue an MBA from IIM Calcutta in 2022. So when I say celebrate perfections, I also emphasize that you need to keep on upskilling yourself and learning, because the more you learn, the more you serve your purpose, as well as you are serving the society. So you need to maybe celebrating imperfections is one thing, but you need to keep on upskilling. Along with your imperfections, you just don't get disheartened that you were not able to become, as in my case, I was not able to become a professor in geology. But if I had been disheartened and given up, then I wouldn't have been here in front of you, sitting in front of you. So I celebrated my imperfection, that it's okay, I gave myself time, it's okay to be someone else. But for that I had to work. I had to work, when I did my B.Ed, I had to work. When I did my, digital marketing course, I had to work. When I did my PR course, then also I had to, work a lot. Or when I joined MBA at IIM Calcutta, I had to, give myself time to learn and upskill. So that desire of, upskilling and learning must be there in order to, while celebrating your imperfections without getting disheartened.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that. I love that. So, Shilpi, let's talk a little bit more about Fuzia. One of the things that I recently had the opportunity to, I guess, be one of the features most recently. And I know one of the things that you do is that you feature thought leaders who inspire other women around the world. And as you mentioned earlier, you all serve a vast amount of women across many countries and all of that. Tell me, what is what motivated you to get involved? I believe when you first mentioned it was a startup. What motivated you to be a part of this wonderful resource to women across the world? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure, sure. So, Fuzia was started actually in 2012, and that too by a 11-year-old girl, Riya Sinha. And she is from California, USA. And then, in 2015, I guess it was joined by Shraddha Verma, who is from Mumbai, India. And then in 2017, I joined Fuzia. And when we started, we were a very small writing platform, and where we used to empower women by with many kinds of campaigns. So we organized various different kinds of campaigns. That campaigns were related to writing, that campaigns were related to designing. So with these campaigns, we were trying to women to explore their niche and excel in whatever they are doing. And we were also rewarding them with with prizes. And though it was bootstrapped, we were doing this in order to let women explore their creative niche. But then as we evolved into our journey, we started doing Fuzia Wellness. Then we also started with our Fuzia Talent, and then most importantly, Humans of Fuzia. So I'll tell you a little bit about Fuzia Talent as well. So at Fuzia Talent, we are a group of women who are helping solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and startups into their business requirements. So we have different kinds of we have presence in almost 35 countries, and we are trying for the digital empowerment of women out there. Women who are, solopreneurs, who are entrepreneurs, who are trying to, build up their business in a digital landscape. We are helping them to build their businesses in a digital landscape by providing various kinds of services. And that too, the main vision and mission behind this is to empower women in our community through, financial independence. So we are serving a two-way purpose. One, women at our community are getting financially independent, and then the other purpose is to give women a chance to grow exponentially in a digital landscape. So this is what we do at Fuzia Talent. And we have our another initiative called Humans of Fuzia, where we search thought leaders. We search about, leaders who are trying to give back to the society. And whenever, we do our research, we reach out to those leaders and we share their stories on our platform in order to motivate and inspire women in our community. And, they get access to the kind of content or the kind of services which these leaders are providing. So once again, it's a two-way, giving back to the society. One is women who are, who are not solopreneurs or entrepreneurs in our community. They are getting, insights on how they can start their own business or how they can get kind of coaching. So and the women who are, who are evolving into their businesses, who have just started their businesses, they are getting an audience whom they could sell their services, maybe, or their products, or their coaching, or whatever, or their blogs, or any kind of insights which they have, experienced in their life. So it's just a kind of connection or network we are building, where where we all are united in solidarity and we are helping each other. And not just that, we have also started with our He for She series as well, where we are, reaching out to male entrepreneurs as well, because we know that, we need men as our allies for women empowerment. It would be incomplete without men. So we need men as our allies. And now we also have a page dedicated for He for She series, where we are having, men thought leaders over there. So yes, we are trying to, make our difference by networking, maybe, and providing them resources so that they are interconnected and they are serving the purpose of in higher good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I really love the work that you're doing and the reach that you have as far as the influence of being able to touch so many women around the world. As you know, Shilpi, we're kind of living in a weird space here. You would think that 24 years into a new millennium, that it would seem that the plight of women would be much further than it seems to be. As you know, I'm not sure what it might be like in India, but even here in our states, there's a lot of things that's where women's rights or women's liberties are almost being taken backwards in a lot of ways, that women's liberty or their ability to have that independence, as you mentioned, that some of those things are being challenged. And it's not just here in the States, but in other places around the world. How do you believe that Fuzia can actually be a resource to help them to either overcome or to at least sustain until their circumstances change?
Okay. So this is a great question, Teresa. And as I said, that Fuzia is there for digital empowerment of women. So when it comes to serving purpose in a higher good. So I would like to mention about G100, as you know that I have also joined this group called G100, where I serve as director of marketing, and I have joined this media arts and communication wing, where I am. So let me brief you something about G100. What's our mission and purpose at G100? Because once you get to know about G100, then it will better explain how I am trying to make a difference over there. Because when it comes to digital empowerment, then there is Fuzia. And when it comes to issues like gender diversity, when it comes to equity, when it comes to equal pay, or when it comes to spreading awareness, then there is this group called G100. So G100 is an empowered group of 100 women leaders from across the world and in 100 diverse sectors. And they are supported by 100 eminent he for she champions as well. And there are 100 country clubs per wing for powerful advocacy, awareness, and impacts across governments and global organizations for a gender equal future. And G100 is an action plus think tank with a global cross-cultural, intersectional, and intentional, perspective towards peace and prosperity. So when it comes to our vision at G100, it is to create a network of 100 countries with a collaborative circle of 10,000 at least 10,000 empowered women, supported by women, and connected worldwide in solidarity, as we foster social and economic empowerment for women. So I mean, this is our kind of purpose at G100, and that's why I have joined this mission of G100, because it serves a greater purpose, even more than what we are doing at Fuzia. So I mean, if there are many other initiatives, and I would like to take name of Honorable Dr. Harveen Arora Rai, because she's the one who has founded G100. And I mean, she this G100, it's not only the G100 club. There is this all ladies league, where we have around, I guess, 2 lakh or 2,50,000 women over there who are working in this sector, and who are working around across the global this I mean, I guess, conference platform. And there is this Women Economic Forum. Then there is She Economy. Then I mean, there is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, WICCI, where we are working on various issues. So as a powerful position of privilege and prominence, my role there further deepens the network's leadership, enterprise, and engagement. So, and it builds a robust circle of connection and collaboration and change. So this is the thing where, I mean, which has motivated me. And I mean, I advocate 300 because we are serving a greater purpose over here.
Well, I love that. Thank you for giving us a little bit more insight about G100 as serving as a bigger purpose. So we're going to shift just a little bit, Shilpi. I'm really enjoying our conversation, and thank you for the work that you do. So as you know, this is called the Women's Leadership Mindset Series, and I believe that every woman is a leader that has controlling influence, whether it's over a particular domain, a particular cause, a particular people, territory, or region. So how would you describe what kind of leader that you are? If you had to describe your leadership, what kind of leader are you?
Okay, so what kind of leader I am? I mean, it's a very thoughtful question. So as I always advocate for Teresa, for giving back to the society. And my idea of giving back to the society, or my idea of being a leader, is by spreading motivation through practices that celebrates failures and promotes readiness to learn. So my aspiration to make my blog a renowned platform on Google by 2025, and this is just to I mean, empower people out there through motivation. So when it comes to my leadership, I want everyone to embrace their imperfections and upskill themselves into various kinds of, not only just courses. I mean, upskilling is not only about the courses, it's about changing your own mindset as well. So I believe in inner work, and I believe that this is the kind of leadership which I bring to the society, because I have seen that life has never followed a linear path for me, and I have to deviate from the expected route. So when it comes to my leadership, I always advocate for upskilling and celebrating imperfections.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how would you I know that you mentioned that you are a mother and all of that. So how would you like for future generations, your children, as well as future generations, to be able to benefit from the work that you're doing today? What would you like for them? How would you like for them to be able to extract the impact of the work that you're doing so that it will feed future generations?
Okay. So when it comes to future generations, when it comes to my son, so what I want them is to embrace their unique identity and leverage it to inspire others. So because we all know that everyone is different, and we just have to embrace what we are. And whether you hold a high powered position, whether you are a homemaker, I mean, it is important. I'm so sorry. I guess I have been speaking a lot. So this is the thing. Anyways, for when it comes to future generations, Teresa, I mean, I just want them, to prioritize their, personal branding and interests, and embracing a responsibility that they do not have to, just empower themselves, but they should have the potential to inspire, countless others on their journeys. So when it comes to I guess I mean, when you say that how your work is inspiring generations, so I am doing my part by teaching my sons to like I mean, be a little more understanding towards women, and trying to build a equity in our home, so that I mean, at least they are learning from this stage, because it starts from one person. So if we being as mothers, if we start from our home and try to change the mindset of our sons or our daughters, to be more acceptable of others, to be more like giving space to others to grow, and more understanding. So I mean, when it comes to my leadership, I would always encourage everyone out there to start from their homes and try to like bring a change in the mindset of young minds out there.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think that one of the ways to kind of change that mindset, as well as to impact the future generations and all of that, I actually believe that the effective power of love is one of those catalysts that helps do that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and
yes, absolutely.
when you learn from very beginning, when there are things which are inculcated in your mind since you are born, then you have a different kind of mindset, because we cannot blame people that I mean, they have a different kind of mindset. It's the kind of education which I mean, they have got. The society has been like this, but now things are changing, and when things are changing, it's our responsibility to inculcate that thing into our children, so that they become better people, and there are better generations out there, just as things are always evolving in AI, because there is work being done. So I mean, it's our responsibility to keep on doing the work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. So we're going to kind of pivot again. So we're still talking about that leadership mindset. As you know, as far as my organization, Teresa K Page LLC, one of the things that I'm passionate about is employing the effective power of love as the ultimate success factor. And so I believe that the effective power of love really is a game changer. It's more than an emotion. I believe that it gives us an edge to be innovative in business. I believe it allows us to be powerful in leadership. I believe that it allows us to be fully present, whether it's for our team or our stakeholders, as well as knowledgeable about industry trends, as well, and being benevolent in our community services. Um, in all of the work that you do, whether it's with Fuzia or the G100, how number one, how has love shaped you as a leader? How would you say that love has shaped you as a leader and in the work that you do? And in what ways do you practically implement the functionality of love in the work that you do? So if you can answer those two questions for us, how has love shaped you as far as in the work that you're doing, and how do you practically implement love or the functionality of love in the work that you do?
Okay, so when it comes to how has love shaped me, see, I told you in the beginning that I mean, love entered into my life. I mean, during my teens. So I mean, though that was a kind of pause in my career, but it was only through love, it was only through understanding of, of my husband, of my, parents, or my in-laws, that I was able to, like, conquer so many battles on my own. It was always the backup, which I was getting from my family. So the kind of love which I received from my family, from my husband, from my son, that has shaped my journey. Because, as I told you, that I have switched so many careers. So when I was married at a young age, I had a son at a young age. Then I had to, switch careers because of my son, and which I accepted wholeheartedly, because being a mom, you need to, shower love to your children. And when I joined Fuzia, so I don't say that it was easier for me, because I was working as a geologist, and then you have to work in a digital landscape. So that was very challenging for me. But since then, my son was already grown up. He was already a teenager who has started working on computers. So it was him who helped me in transitioning from being a non-digital person to a digital person. He taught me so many things. So so yes, it was love which helped me, to be in a position of a leader, where I could, guide others, and tell them that yes, love is important, in order to, the way you give to, the more you give to the society, that comes back to you. Whatever goes out, comes back to you. This is the thing which I always feel. So since this is thing which I have experienced in my life, through my spouse, through my son. So yeah, so love has shaped my journey. So when it comes to implementation, I have my, Instagram page, Teresa, and where I, serve as a self-love advocate and as a healer. So my page is entirely dedicated to self-love and its practices. So when it comes to implementation, I not only implement on others, I try to educate others on the kind of, things you do in self-love. Self-love isn't just being selfish and, cooking for yourself, or dressing up for yourself. No, it's self-love is a mindset. Self-love is work. And the more you, as you have already, maybe you have read it, that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So self-love is just about filling yourself up, giving yourself that kind of happiness, so that you are able to give more. So there, when it comes to implementation, I am not just implementing on myself. I am trying to educate people through my Instagram page. They can go and visit that page, and you will find a number of, self-love practices, where where they can, just start, and it just changes the narrative. The way you speak to yourself changes the whole narrative. And yeah, and it changes your mindset as well. So this is the way I am trying to, implement it. Not just at my home, but uh, globally, because I want everyone to realize their own worth, and love themselves first, before trying to give back.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let's stay in that vein of educating. We're actually shifting to the part of our conversation where this is your opportunity to educate. So what tip, what encouragement, or what resource would you give to someone that is they're looking to make a life change? They have a particular dream. They have a particular business that may have been thinking on for quite a while, but they just haven't found the courage or the wherewithal to step out and actually to start working on that dream career or to step into that dream business. What tip, from your educator point of view, what tip, encouragement, or resource would you give to someone who might need that extra little push to go ahead and get started?
Okay, so when I was switching careers, there was a platform called Jobs for Her, which is now Her Key. So there they are providing assistance, to women on career break. that is specifically for women. So I would, whenever someone comes to me with, a career break, I just suggest them to go to Herky and find out their resources, because there are n number of resources. They are trying to, like upskill you, and they are trying to get you into the mainstream of working women. So that is one thing. Another thing is at Fuzia that, whosoever has started their businesses, we just try to feature them on our platform for free. It is totally free, so that they can, they can get the kind of audience, they can get their target audience, and they can, serve a greater purpose by, by I guess they need some kind of marketing. They need some kind of, like their audience, they need some kind of showcasing. So Fuzia is a platform where they get this kind of showcasing. They can showcase their talent, they can showcase their services, or they can also, take motivation. So we have free resources of this featuring on of their platform. Their stories. And then there is this Herky platform where they could go, and there are n number of resources. There are n number of job listings over there where they could, women who are on a career break, they can just, scroll the website and they will get n number of jobs. And people who are ready to take women on career break, because when I say jobs, then you will ask that not everybody is, ready to give job to women who are on career break. But when you go to Herky, you will find people or companies there who are, who are taking women who are on career break. So these are the two resources which I have, which I generally, provide to whosoever comes to me, Herky and Fuzia.
Thank you so much for providing both of those. So you've given us a job search resource, as well as for those who are ready to showcase their business. Also with Future, they're also able to showcase what they're doing. So thank you so much. We're going to make sure that we put that information in the bio of this conversation today. So thank you so much for giving us those resources. So in the same vein, Shilpi, so let's talk about those who may already be living the dream. They're already operating in their dream career. They've already started their dream business. But as you know, there's always ebbs and flows, ups and downs. So what would you say to those? What tips and what encouragement or resource would you give to those who might already be living a dream, but they're feeling a little bit of frustrated right now? They're feeling a little bit stuck right now. Things might not be going the way they what they would want to. What tip, what encouragement or resource would you give to those?
Okay, very, this is quite interesting, Teresa. For them, who are already in some kind of positions and trying to get some motivation, I would, I would ask them to join G100, community of G100 women, because we are, a community of leaders who are, trying to, uplift each other up and fix each other's ground. We are not, we are not, we are not, degrading them in any way. We are just helping them uplift, and we are just setting their crowns, and we are trying to motivate them and trying to, bring back into them into a mainstream where they could empower others also. So we are having many kinds of retreats, we are having many kinds of, group, we are having many kinds of events where they could come and, just have a chat, or for chat and a virtual coffee. So yeah, so for them, I would love to, ask them to, attend, or join G100 as a member, or maybe as a leader. Whatever serves their purpose.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. So I hope that you will give us all of those resources. We're going to make sure that they're in the bio for our listeners to be able to take advantage of. So I absolutely love that, as far as joining a community of like-minded leaders as well with G100. So thank you so much for giving us that information. Now, Shilpi, you have a free gift for us today. It looks like a free interview series with the humans of Fuzia. So tell us a little bit more about that and how our listeners can take advantage of this free, wonderful opportunity.
Okay, so for Humans of Fuchsia platform, I generally, we are generally doing interviews. So I mean, there are two ways actually. They can book, like a meeting with me. I can share my calendar link. They can book a meeting with me, and the another opportunity is they can directly go to the website and submit their stories over there. So I mean, it could be either through me, either through the website itself. There also they have an option where they could share their stories. So if they are not able to reach out to me, then they can just go to the Humans of Fuchsia website and share their stories.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, Shilpi, now I don't know if it's a part of this conversation, but I think you have an event that's coming up, Empower 2024. Is that something
Yes.
that you want to share with our audience on today?
Yes, definitely. So we have our event that is coming up on 18th and 19th of September, and it will be great for networking and showcasing your expertise. It will be great for coaches as well, and how to get clients. I mean, it's a very educative event. So I would invite everyone out there to come and join our event. I mean, register for our event, and I can share the link also. Registration link, so that the users may. The only thing is they have to do it quick because the event is next week itself. It's on 18th and 19th of September. So I will be sharing the link, and maybe you can share it with your audience, and it's totally free to join. So I welcome everyone out there to join Empower X 2024 on 18th and 19th of September.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're going to make sure that we put that registration link in the bio as well. So we're inviting all of those coaches, leaders, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. This is a wonderful opportunity. I look forward to being a part of it. So I look forward to attending. So we're going to make sure that we get that registration information in the link. Well, Shilpi, we are coming down to the close of our conversation. I really enjoyed our conversation on today. I appreciate the work that you're doing, both with Fuzia G100, to basically empower women economically, digitally, whether it comes to their business and all of that. So thank you so much for the work that you're doing on the global landscape. So before we go, is there any last words that you would like to share with us before we wrap up our conversation on today?
Yeah, so I mean, as I told you that I always, advocate for giving back to the society. But I mean, I would say everyone out there to work on their personal branding. Whether you are a homemaker, whether you are going to, like some other company, or you are an entrepreneur. So you just need to work on your personal branding, because I mean, most of us are doing jobs, but then we must have our own say at everything. So try to build that, try to build your own personal brand, so that people recognize you, not with your company, not with your kind of role you are doing, with your like whether you are a working mom or you are a like a stay at home mom. People should recognize you with your brand, with the kind of work you do. It could be it could be just a YouTube channel, it could be a Instagram page, it could just be the kind of passion you are following. So always follow your heart, follow your passion, and build a personal brand around it.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was such an honor to have you. So as we wrap up, leaders, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us on today. Remember to contact and connect with Shilpi, as well as take advantage of her free gift to be able to showcase what it is that you do. So remember, you can connect with Shilpi on her website at www.futuretalent.com. You can also connect with her on Instagram at Shilpi Gupta Shah and LinkedIn at Shilpi-Gupta-Shah. You can also connect with her blog. It's a self-love blog. You want to make sure that you connect there on www.livewabisabi.com. And make sure that you take advantage of her free gift, which is a free interview on the Humans of Fuchsia global platform. It is your opportunity to demonstrate the work that you do and how you serve the world with the work that you do and your purpose. So we're going to put all of this information in the chat. We're going to make sure that we also provide the additional resources that Shilpi mentioned on today, as well as the registration for the upcoming event, Empower 2024. So we want to make sure we get this information in the chat. Now, do you have an important story that you want to tell that would inspire others to step into their dream career or their business? If so, we want you to check the bio to learn how you could become one of my special guests here on the Women's Leadership Mindset series. And we are opening the door for our brothers as well. So this is not just for women. So please be sure to check the information in the chat. I also want to invite you to check out my brand new book, My Journey to Wholeness, Love the Success Factor. This is a demonstration of how God's love empowers women to lead, to create, and to generate wealth in the fullness of our equality, purpose, and business. So it is now available on Amazon as well as on Barnes & Noble. So please also check the bio to learn more. So we want to say thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Women's Leadership Mindset series. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, here's to the journey, and let's move forward.